Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. I'm cheap and I'm proud. Oh man, y'all know I'm about to cut off because y'all can tell by the thumbnail. Yo, check this out. Oh Lord, I had the vapors when I saw this. I had one of my, well, I ain't gonna call one of my, but some woman commented on one of my videos saying, "Yeah, you're cheap." Yeah, the sun is shining. I mean, water is wet. What the fuck? You know what? It cracks me up when women call a man cheap. Now, it's really just a shaming tactic to get him to try to impress her and pay for a meal for her without her probably reciprocating or anything. And I'm going to tell you now, I'm cheap and I'm proud. Because think about it. I'm supposed to feel bad or shame because I don't want to finance some person who ain't did shit for me. Or who is probably boring as fuck to talk to. And probably ain't any good in bed. Just to try to impress that person? Please. Don't do that. Rob, don't do. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I said it. Thumb down the video. I don't give a fuck. It cracks me up. People try to get you to divest you of your money that you had to work hard for. Because you know what? If somebody called me cheap, I'm like, yeah, you're right. And one woman said it to me one time and said, hey, look, I need you. You know what? If a man don't spend money on me, I'm offended. Man, I looked at her. I said, well, if I spend money on a woman and she don't suck my dick afterwards, I'm extremely offended. Yeah, that took care of that conversation. I know, yeah, people, some women probably saying, Rom, you a pig. No, fair exchange is no robbery. Because you know what? I find it funny. You'll get called cheap by some woman, but then they struggling financially. I know some women, they making like a high salary and they complain they can't pay their bills because they spending money on a bunch of dumb shit. Because you know what, they ain't fine enough to get some man to trick on them, so they be spending it, but they had the nerve to call a man cheap, right? And I'm like, yeah, I'm cheap, but here's the thing, baby. I can pay my bills like all the time, and I got extra money in like one of my numerous savings accounts. And if I want to go out there and put a down payment on a nice house, I can do it. Or when I get my next car, because I already got my paid for car. It's funny, you double up on those payments. You can pay off a car quick. But when I get my next car, I'm paying cash for that joint, and it's going to be a current year model. Yeah, it's amazing because people, you know what? First of all, if a woman come up and money comes in a conversation, I already know she ain't really feeling me, right? Because check it out, right? Now, back in the day, I ain't gonna lie. Any guy who said he ain't did some simping or some tricking, even the biggest players, they lying. Ain't nobody come out the womb knowing the game, right? So everybody had that time. If it was even one time, y'all done did it. Now, I remember back in the day, I used to have all that money, take women out, go to take them concerts, nice places to eat. And there was some times I might be, sometimes I got some sex behind it. Okay, sometimes you get a kiss on the cheek and one of those church hugs. You know how the ladies do. They ain't even putting their breasts against you. They like patting you on the back, got their butt poked out. Y'all know that church hug and shit. I got that right. But then what happened was, and I've talked about this in other places, I had to get in like super shape because of I'll say it was necessary for this job I had to do. It was I had to get in shape for it. That's all I can say online or publicly. I've said it in other places, but too many people knowing my name now, so I got to be a little bit more private. But whatever the case, I had to get in good shape, right? And see, while I was doing that for the job, because I realized I would probably be relocated for it, I was still living at home, right? So I ain't want to get a place and then have to like move out real quick or break a lease or anything like that. So At the time, I was living at my grandmother's, right? Now check this joint out, right? All right, so I'm living at my grandmother's. I'm in the application process for this job, right? I was in great shape. And since I was doing that, I was only making a little bit of money, right? Because, I had something to keep me and hold me over, but not a lot of money. I couldn't get rid of women, and I noticed something. I was like, wait a minute, when I was in top shape, I didn't have to spend money. Before, I had to spend a little bit of money, have some game, talk that shit and all that. All of a sudden, women were handing it to me. Shit, women were paying for the motels. Some women were like buying me shit. And I was like, wait a minute. Whoa. Why am I spending money on it when all I need to do is get my bench press up? Shoot, keep that 6-pack. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, shoot. It was at that point I was like, I ain't spending money on a woman again until she got to work for it now. Cause see, that's the problem with it. See, that's the problem, and that's what kills women when they try to call a man cheap or they act like a man has got to spend money on them. Cause I'm gonna say every single woman. I ain't gonna qualify this. Every single woman got at least that one guy. They'll do whatever for free. Every single woman. If a woman come in the comments talking about, well, not me, I'm gonna tell her straight up she lying. There's that guy. All of them got one. At least one. They got that one guy who's going to do it. Every woman got that one guy. Seriously. And I was like, hold up. You going to make him pay, but you're not going to, you going to make me pay, but you ain't going to make that other guy pay? I'm like, oh, hell, I'm going to be that other guy. Shit. Like, especially some women who know they cheating on a mate who's providing for them and everything. They don't be paying for that. That second guy don't be paying any money to him. Shoot. He don't even particularly be nice to him, but you know what? He got that yardie man style and whatnot. He got that body and, he got that sexual charisma, whatever you like. Shit, the women be paying for him. And ladies, don't act like women don't do it. Shoot. Don't make me come back with some links to a bunch of women like making it rain on some male strippers. Don't make me go find the gigolo videos out there. All right. Y'all know y'all be doing it. So when y'all be hitting some men up talking about, oh, you cheap, you gotta pay. Oh, come on, that's the game. That man immediately knows he's non-select. And like I said, I know about non-select. I've been on both sides. There ain't no shame in it. You can know the game and still be non-select, and that's how I was. I knew the game, and I still was non-select at some point, and then had to make that shift over. All right, and that's the main thing. It was like, come on, ladies, talking about some guy cheap. I'm like, and I tell a woman if she make an issue of it, I say, honey, you haven't financed to feed me. Why should I come up with my money? Shoot, only people that can get money out of me are my sons. They the only ones. They the only ones they can get some. I mean, and they willing to work for it. Shoot. I keep my spot clean because they'll clean up around here. They'd be like, all right, we finished. And shit, my sons, I gotta save my money for them. They pimping my ass. Shit, I'm gonna have to go back and work on the pole for their asses and shit. I'm like, God, dude, they trying to be all sporty, going into school with some polos and whatnot, like several pairs of shoes. I'm like, shit, man, I need a GoFundMe to pay for their back to school shit. I was like, God damn. But look, y'all, look. I'm cheap and I'm proud. I just laugh. I'm serious. See, first of all, I'm going to say this to the ladies because I know somebody go come in the comments and be like, yeah, you're just cheap. Like I say, water is wet. I'm proud of that shit. Because you know what? Me being cheap means I don't live paycheck to paycheck. Like, I can stop making money today and I'm good until 2018. Well into 2018 before I had to actually start thinking about making money again. That's how much I got saved. And I'm proud of that shit. It means I got freedom. That's what it means. I don't punch somebody's time clock. Because you got to. See, that's one of the things, too. People don't think because Especially some women sometimes. Seriously, I'm gonna just say this. And, I'm gonna be a little serious now. Stop thinking about how much money a guy is spending on you. That's not your worth. That just means he want the pussy that badly. Because trust me, he ain't spending it on you just because he likes your glowing conversation. To him, that's his game. He wants you to go ass up. That's why some guys, it's like that old Richard Pryor joke, right? Richard Pryor went over somebody, he spent some money on this woman, went over her house, she didn't want to give him some pussy. Richard Pryor was like, yeah, go wake your father up. The father was like, what's going on? He's like, hey, I spent $35 on your daughter. This 1970s and shit. And he was like, and she ain't give me no pussy. He said, no, shit, you better get this man some. Dude looked at Richard Pryor and said, hey, you must be rich. Rich Pryor was like, yeah, I am. She said, hey, girl, go wake your mama up too. See, bet though. Seriously. But I don't even be tripping though. That shit is hilarious, man. Whenever I say that, I laugh my fucking ass off. Then when that woman see me out, I'm like sporting that Lauren suit and stuff. With that like expensive watch. Oh, I spend money on myself though. when I flash that fossil at him and stuff, I be like, yeah, girl. See, look, let me be straight up for a second. I feed myself first. I feed my family first. Shoot, if I allow you into that, you gotta earn that. Shoot, you better bake me a cherry pie. You better have some good oral skills. You better have something. If you think it, for me to think about it, I'm unapologetic about that. And I'm taking a stand on that. I ain't tricking off some woman and shit just for her company, especially, like I said, she might be boring as fuck. So, unless her name is Lauren Lake, who done did everything and stuff, I'm likely not to be fascinated by some woman. I'm just gonna be honest. This ain't no hate. I'm just saying. Shit. Trust me. I've lived a life, so it's very hard. I'm usually the one. I can't even, you know what? I'm just gonna be straight up. This ain't sexist. This ain't no hate. It's hard for me I can't think of any woman I've met who's lived a more fascinating life than me, so who's gonna interest me to that extent. Now, interest me, yeah, in general, but not to that extent that I'm just going to pay money to be in her presence. I don't think so. Because that one who's talking about you got to pay, quite frankly, there's about 4 more who just going to come over and bring something. I actually had that happen one time. Because Rom, I can be blunt, but depending on the woman, I can be kind of diplomatic and try to hope they catch the hint. Hey, this woman, she wanted to come visit me back in the day, come over to the place. And I forgot why I wasn't feeling her like that. And then, I was just like, well, I don't got any food, anything. She was like, hey, I'll bring some food. Wait, shoot, I can bring a sandwich. We can split. I was like, damn, she must really want to come over. Nah, I forgot why I didn't want her to come over. But, that's my whole point. Why pay for something and somebody else who's going to give it to you for free? Seriously. I don't see a point to it. I really don't. Seriously, it's kind of stupid. It's like, think about it. Just think about it common sense wise. You got one woman. No, you got 3 women who they just want to spend some time with you. They want to spend some time. In fact, one of them might even pay, right? Be willing to pay. So why spend money on that other woman who's like, oh, you got to spend all this on me? Because first of all, if she say that, like I said earlier, if she says that, you already know you non-select to her. Because a woman is not going to make a guy she finds select or require him to spend money on her. That's the bottom line. If a woman like a guy, she really like him. She doesn't want to spend time with him. She going to be cool wherever. Otherwise, she just looking to get what she can. So that's a red flag. So you know what? I'm cheap. Anybody checking this out and thinking, oh, Ron might have some money. I might, he an older guy. I might be able to wow him, get some money out of him. Baby girl, it ain't happening. It ain't happening. Hey, shoot. But anyway, I'm gonna make some t-shirts. I'm gonna say I'm cheap and I'm proud. And yeah, I'm proud of that shit. You know why? And you know the thing that makes me proud of it? When I look at my bank statements every day. Anyway, let me get off this joint, man. Oh, man. I gotta go see how much money I got in my money market now. Peace.